Just bear with me for a second. Okay. Ian, I might make you co-host today.
Okay, thank you.
All right, great. I'm just going to start the live stream. We had a bit of a issue here at my house. I was closing the outdoor roller shutters, and there was a spade leaning against the window, and the shutters came down, and that was quite a bit of crunching going on. But anyway, it's just getting fixed. So all right, great. And we are live. So welcome to the call. If you've just joined us, thank you for jumping on. Hope you're having a good weekend. And thank you to Ian for joining us today on this great call. Ian has a background in science and loves all things nutrition, and is always doing lots of reading and studying and looking at the research. So he's always a wealth of information, and we're really appreciative to have him part of the team. So thanks for jumping on today, Ian.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Excellent. So before we jump into today's topic, which is the Sisel Silver Testimonials. So we've got 3 great testimonials today that have been shared with us, and a big thanks to Laura and DW. They've kindly let us use the testimonials for today's call. But before we jump in, I wanted to talk to Ian a little bit about the Sisel Silver, because I know, Ian, last time we spoke, you said that you just jumped on and ordered 6 bottles.
That's true. Yes, after hearing Tom Jr. On his country call, and some of the research that I've done about it, because it's been coming to fruition, is that it has an amazing benefit, which I haven't seen in many products before. And the fact is that it has no side effects. So, and it covers a plethora of different conditions which we may be, feeling, or we may be having. And so I grabbed about 6 bottles. I have a few people that I want to actually give it to or try with it, because I think that it'll do some amazing things. I've been trying different things with different people, and we're beginning there, but I think this one will probably just give us that little bit extra edge on where we want to take them. So that's why I bought it, because I didn't want to run out. I know that sometimes the supply doesn't meet the needs of when people order, so I decided to get quite a few bottles just in case. So anyway, you don't consume a lot of it. It's only teaspoons per day. So, but anyway, you never know.
Fantastic. Yeah. And I know we'd been talking because we had a close friend who was recovering, or is recovering, from chemo. And as you and I have discussed, that when somebody goes through something like that, what that actually does is it suppresses their immune system for quite a number of months. It can be even up to a year. It can suppress the immune system and the white cells, because those drugs affect the bone marrow where they're produced. And we were talking the other day, as you know, and you shared a couple of snippets with me, which I assume were from some studies. You'd been doing some research on how potentially the silver can support white cell production. Do you want to elaborate a bit on that? Because I know you were doing some research on that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I did send you the little snippet, but that was from research, and it was by a good scientist. And what they've found is that if you look at every cell in the body, it has a component of a silver molecule. And so it's very important that this silver molecule is in there because it's part of the immune system. So the silver that we're talking about actually supports the immune system. So you find that when you've had a chemotherapy situation, is first of all, they suppress the immune system so it can work. So when you finish the chemo, that you need to be able to bring that back up. And as you said, it will take some time for it to come together. So the silver actually supports the immune system. It actually brings it back up a little bit. So this in as much as it actually helps bring the actual white blood cells are given a better chance of actually surviving in this situation. So
Yeah, fantastic.
this is why I'm pretty excited about this product. It's such a broad spectrum product that you'll find that in many situations, and like I think we must say here, we can't make any claims. Is that right, Katie?
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah. So just to preface there that, we're not making any claims to prevent, treat or cure. All these products that we're talking about, firstly, we're talking about the ingredients. But secondly, our products are designed to support the body to do what it needs to do in conjunction with obviously whatever your doctor's prescribing you. So absolutely, you're not making any claims, but we want, everybody wants the best outcomes no matter what the situation. And so that's really interesting. And of course, what happens is when the white cells are low, you're more susceptible to infection because you have, as part of your white cells, a part of it's called neutrophils, and they are responsible for fighting bacterial viral infections. And when they drop, of course, you become more susceptible, and that's why people who have had some sort of immune compromised situation often would be wearing masks still, and sanitizing and that, because they want to protect themselves from that sort of thing. So really excited about this product for what it can do for our friends. And as you said, you've bought 6 bottles to share around with all your friends, and there's always somebody who's got some sort of situation going on. Unfortunately, it's quite common that people have gone through what we've just discussed about chemo, but people have all sorts of other things going on, skin conditions and things of that nature. And last week, so if you receive our emails, I'm just going to quickly check it on my phone and read it out to you because it was such a good comment. But last week, Tom Jr. was talking on the Sisel call, the corporate call, and he shared a little bit of information on that call about the power of Sisel. And this is what he said, and I'm just going to quote it back just in case you missed it before we jump into the testimonials here today. But he said that what was so exciting to me with our Sisel formulation, double-blind studies show that you do not retain this, and because of that, it made it very probiotic friendly, and that is really exciting because it's one of my greatest fears too. We have good and we have bad bacteria that we want to eliminate. If I have strep throat, you bet I want to gargle and swallow some silver, but I don't want to get it into my digestive system and destroy the good bacteria. With our silver, it is eliminated within 24 hours from our system, so we don't have an accumulation effect to where we can disrupt this. We have 5 to 7 pounds of good bacteria that we contain within our gut. So this is a Sisel first. This is unique to the industry. It's the most effective form of silver out there, and it's the safest form of silver out there. Have this in your cabinet in case you have burns, in case you have a mouth situation such as an ulcer, a canker, you're having dental work, you want healthy, friendly, and all natural healing properties. You said this is the one. So really excited to hear him talk about that. So if you did miss that last week's call, go back and have a listen. Definitely worth listening to. It's on YouTube. So yeah, I guess we haven't got our testimonials here personally yet because it only just came out not that long ago, and a few of us were still awaiting for our products to arrive. So the Americans have had a bit of a head start on us. They got to try it quite some time ago and got their products quick, obviously, because Sisel's products are all manufactured in the US. They're manufactured in the Supernaturals manufacturing facility that's owned by Tom Mauer Jr. They manufacture a tremendous amount of products. They source all the ingredients and they pull all that together and formulate their own products. So we'll jump into the call today. Is there anything else you want to add before we share these testimonials?
I just think you've got to understand that this product, it is a product that I look at it like it's a product that keeps on giving. It's the technology behind it, and we won't go too deep into it, but because it's actually used as biophysics now, and this is apart from just the biological type of product, we're now employing a physics in it. Now, the physics is it uses magnetism and electricity. And so what happens is that in some part for fighting bacteria or pathogens, it actually takes an electron from the pathogen,
Yes.
steals it, and replaces that one that it actually takes back into itself. Then it fires that same electron back into the pathogen,
Wow.
killing it. So this is part of the physics side of it that I understand.
Ah.
Now, there are other things like this. It uses all these things. So we're in another area of what can you call it?
Science?
Like science, yes, thank you, science. And from a biological point of view, they're starting to encompass all the like the physics in it as well, which is, I think it's phenomenal. This is what gives this product such a broad spectrum of ability to do things. I can't stop smiling. I'm sorry, but it's really a phenomenal product. Yeah, that I think I would just help other people with it, but I think people should start to try it, even on a basis of just prevention.
Yes.
The other part of it too is that there is just quickly there is the ability for it to actually when it goes to your gut, there are like the acidophilus, isn't it? That's
Yeah, that's right.
they actually it actually forms a double layer of protein around its molecule, and so the actual acid that's produced, or not the acid, but it's an alkaline product. So, but when it goes down there, the actual silver product can't penetrate the acidophilus. So it actually just grabs the bad bacteria in many cases. So it is quite an extremely safe product to take. So
Yeah.
as I said, just as a final couple of comments, that was my take, and there's probably heaps more we can discuss, but I'd like to listen to the testimony. Katie, thanks for
fantastic. Well, actually, Kurt's testimonial was that he'd been using a product, or not the product, the ingredient. Well, the Americans, they had access beforehand, but he's been running around during this whole thing with that issue going on in society, let me not say the word, and he hasn't had a problem. He's been around people with it, and he has not had any problem at all. And so he claims that these products support him and support his health, and so that's how they're so important, especially to him, and I know many of us. So anyway, I could keep talking, I won't. Let's jump into the testimonials, and I'm just going to share. I might mute you out for a second here, Ian. Let me just make you co-host just in case somebody jumps on, and then you can mute them if they do come on. So let me mute. And just mute everyone out there. Thanks, Ian. Cheers.
And what's going on with you, and if you have time to share that. And when we get a new product like this, it opens up the door for who we can share things with, especially since you can spray this topically on any kind of cut and wound. And those guys that are sugar sensitive and they get a cut, it doesn't heal up as fast. Well, this is going to aid them in it. But, hey, Marlene, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you really good. It's a little better than okay.
Okay, good. I'm working outside. It's a beautiful day in Ohio today, so I thought this would be a good day to work outside in my flower beds. But on the silver, first of all, I'd like to thank you and Miss Helen and Laura, Marianne and Katie, the leaders, for getting the information out to us about silver, because I was just thinking yesterday, what if we were with a company that has a brand new product that is just working wonderful, but we wouldn't have the information on it. We wouldn't have the calls to tap in to listen to the testimonies to see all the different ways that we could use it. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for the effort that you put in to get this information out, and most of all, Sisel. They do a lot with providing us with the case studies and information. So the testimony that I have is pretty amazing. On Sunday, my husband and I decided we're going to go to the woods and look for some fall mushrooms. He's been finding them, and he thought it might be kind of late in the season, but it was a beautiful day, and so we got on our bikes and headed back to the woods. We were parking our bikes underneath the trees when one of the dead tree branches caught the side of my face. And this was a pretty thick branch. It knocked my scarf off. I had really thick earmuffs on. It knocked those off. And it cut a huge gap on the top of my ear. And you can kind of imagine your ear has a lot of nerves, but not a lot of muscles. I found out that your ears have a lot of nerves because of how awful it hurt. But it took a pretty good cutout about the size of my finger, and it was bleeding pretty bad. And I told my husband, I said, I'm just going to go home and put silver on it, and he can continue hunting mushrooms, and, when he gets back, we'll look at it. I got home. I didn't realize how bad it was. Otherwise, I would not have gone home by myself. But I got home, and the kids were like, Mom, you're going to go get that stitched. I was like, no, it's not that bad. But I didn't realize later on how bad it was. And tell you the truth, my kids almost disowned me by not going to get that stitch. In fact, that evening, one of our kids came, and she said, Mom, you are going to the hospital. You have no choice. I said, no. I said, we have silver, number one. Number two, I do not want to pay for the ER bill just to have a couple stitches put in. So we put Terminator on it. We sprayed silver on it, all day long. This was in the afternoon. We sprayed on every maybe half hour. We bandaged it up so that it didn't continue to hang. And that night I did not sleep very well. I had a lot of pain, tremendous pain. And I told my husband sometime in the middle of the night, I said, I am going to have this stitch up tomorrow. I said, this is ridiculous. And he was like, well, you can go. I don't care. So I was thinking, in the morning I'll go to the doctor's office and we'll have this stitched up. Well, lo and behold, when I got up yesterday morning, my bandage had partly coming off, so I took the whole thing off, and I could not believe how that had already grown back together. And all day yesterday I kept spraying it, and I had no pain whatsoever yesterday. And to think of, Sunday I had tremendous pain. Sunday night I could hardly sleep because of the pain. Yesterday, no pain at all. And last night I was actually laying on that ear to sleep part-time. So this stuff is just awesome. The way this is healing, you can see it's actually healing very healthy. And I just keep spraying this stuff on. I don't know, I might have a gouge in my ear when it's all said and done, but you know what? I told Mose, I can afford this $50 container of silver if it keeps us out of the ER. Now, I wouldn't recommend it for someone who's not comfortable with not getting stitches, but for me, I was too tight to go pay the ER bill. So there you have it. It's amazing. I'm taking pictures of it every day, and I just cannot believe it. This morning, my daughter said, Mom, I just can't believe how nice your ear looks, according to Sunday night. I was like, I know. It's the silver. So back to you.
Marlene, how does that make you feel having backup with a product like that?
Oh, I tell you, it feels like you get a grip, kind of like a grip. I told Mose there's so many things that we can do with the silver. There's so much potential and promise. There's a lot of people who could afford it less than I could to go get stitches. And if this helped, how awesome is that?
That's awesome. That's a big deal, right?
It is. It's a huge deal. Thanks to Sisel.
Well, hopefully Mose will quit hacking with those big branches,
He felt really bad because he was ahead of me, and he'd always go in there and park. And he said he never saw the branch either, but he was on my left side, and I was just, he felt really bad. I said, you know what, it's not your fault. But
it's not his fault. He's such a good guy. I mean, that's another blessing in your life, having Mose in your life,
Absolutely. He's got a birthday today, so we're going to celebrate.
Oh, my goodness. I wonder what. He's getting old. He's getting old, Marlene. He's getting old.
He's getting older. Older, but he's, why trade him in now? But you're right. He's awesome.
You guys are fun. Thank you for being part of Sisel and part of our lives. Laura Braccini, what a great, phenomenal start to this call.
Absolutely. The testimonials, the stories just go on and on and on. So write that down. Write those notes down. Marlene Yoder, the healing of, with silver and the healing of her ear. How incredible. And you're going to think about it in about a week from now. You're going to say, hey, Miss Helen, what call was that on? So write down Marlene Yoder, write down ear injury, and write down healed really quick, and write today's date down. And then at the end of the call, write down the reference, because you want to make sure that you have your own best reference. So thank you, Marlene. We're going to go now to Patrick Wells. Patrick, are you loving the silver? It is an absolute incredible product. It's making a difference for a lot of people. And, DW is excited about it. Marlene's excited about it. And, are you making that list of names to share that with? Welcome to the call.
Hey, thanks for having me on the call. Yeah, I really do like the silver. I haven't tasted it yet. Donna tells me that it may not taste the best, but I'm not sure. But even if it doesn't taste the best, if it has the effects that I think that it's going to have. I was talking to Dee last night on the phone, and I asked him how to take this stuff, how to use it. I believe he said just spritz it on, but I didn't have a spritzer. But I got all these nicks all over my legs, all over my left leg especially. I don't know how I get them, but I've got them there. I do a lot of woodworking and things, and now I've got several on my hand. I just got done sanding a whiskey barrel, cleaning it out to do that, and now I've got nicks on my hands. I tell you that because last night I said I think I'll just dab this stuff on these. I got about 10 nicks on my left foot, so I just took a paper towel and I put some on there, and I didn't even wrap it. I didn't do anything. I just put it on these 10 nicks, and I still have some of this diabetic neuropathy. So I still, when I get cut, the cut will get red around there, and it doesn't heal as fast, although it does heal faster than it did a year ago. So these little cuts had little red, around them, and they need a little special care. Well, I just had that stuff on, went to bed. I woke up this morning. I couldn't even see half of them were completely gone. They didn't even scab over. They were just gone. And the other, I had no redness around any of them. So I decided to put it on that tender place on my foot, and then I put a sock on. And now I've got several. I don't know how I got these today, but as soon as I get home, I think I might even start carrying silver with me, because I don't know how it works, but it's almost like it glues the skin back together. So I don't know how it works, but I used to put Eternity on, and I like Eternity. I used to put a Band-Aid on with that and let it kind of soak all night when Dominic talked about that, and I like that. But it looks like this silver might even be working faster than that. So that's really exciting. So now what I want to do is, as I put people on the names list, I want to put an S after their name. Stands for silver, and if it's not scratched out, it means I haven't talked to them about silver yet. And so that, I don't know if that's going to be my go-to product or not, but it certainly looks like it could be, because I had no idea people have been taking it for 400 years and putting coins in water and all that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. And anybody and everybody I see, somebody's driving towards me right now, I know that they're going to stop, and I'm going to talk to them about silver right now. So, I think that it's a great, great product. So I will get back on track here. Yep, here they come. All right, I'm going to go meet somebody, talk to them about silver. Love you guys. Back to you.
Laura, this is a blast. Now, can you tell us how silver works before we go to our next guest?
Can I tell you how silver works? Nope, not yet. Still in the learning stages. I am just reading the sheet.
We just know it works, right, Laura?
Hey, listen, I'm I'm truthful. I'm not a scientist. I know it works. I know it's different than any other silver. I know it's antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal, and history that's never been done
Whoa,
before.
whoa. It's got all the antis.
Yeah. So other than that, I don't know.
Really?
I hand people the sheet. I just hand them the sheet. I'm serious. So if people ask me, I'm saying, you know, I'm not well versed on it. I can give you a couple of calls to listen to. The call with Tom is on it. I said I can give you some sheets, and we are in the process of collecting testimonials. So,
well, how do you like Patrick's idea about writing someone's name and putting an S for talk to him about silver?
There you go. It's a great. I mean, it's awesome. It's all you have to do is share information. That is it. And we are having fun, and it looks like we're going to go now to Doris Burkholder, and she's having fun with silver because she was not feeling her 100% best, and silver is making a difference. And having those boys, especially cute little Kenlin, they keep her running, so she needs to make sure she's up and running all the time. So welcome to the call, Doris Burkholder.
Well, hey, Laura, good morning. Hey, good morning, everyone else. It's been an awesome
Good morning, Doris.
Good morning, and I am doing better, actually. I did wash clothes after I talked with Laura this morning, and I feel great, honestly. I just felt a little bit on the rough side last night and then this morning again, but I can already see it's 11:30 our time, and I can already see it's definitely going the other way. I never had a fever, just a little achy joints, and by the way, Renovator and Super Megas are awesome. Take those and go to sleep for a couple hours, and you feel way different when you wake up again. But the silver is phenomenal. Kenton just about never gets sick. But we had a wedding, Friday. His sister married, so he was usher, and he got cold. It was very, very cold. He was on the outside. Of course, didn't have a coat or a cap or a hat or anything like that. Saturday morning, he woke up, and he was like, I think I slept on the train tracks. He said it just felt like that. And immediately he started taking Avenger, you know, all that happy stuff. And I was like, well, hey, start with the silver. I mean, we had been taking it, you know, every day just for maintenance, whatever. And he did. He sprayed it all over his face, his nose, his ears, and he swallowed some every couple hours. He swallowed some. And he slept a lot throughout the whole day. And then I rubbed his neck with it, and by that night you could tell he was a way different guy. He was a lot better. Sunday morning he woke up and he was like, hey, yeah, we were invited to my sister's house for brunch. And he was like, let's go, I feel fine. And he actually went to work yesterday, and today he's out in the calf barn, and he's like, he feels totally fine. So it definitely went away a lot faster than normally. I mean, since we started with Sisel, it's definitely gone away faster than other stuff that we used to take. But one thing I do want to share on the price of silver. If you look in some of the catalogs that we can order from, you know, even I have a catalog that I can order milk from. So I was just flipping through that catalog. I was like, I'm going to see what their silver is, like the price, because I used to order it years ago from there. And literally 1 4-ounce bottle was $20. It's not even the colloidal silver. Another bottle that was 6 ounces was the colloidal silver, and it was $40. This is a 16-ounce, and it's $49. I mean, can you believe it? And it's definitely a lot safer, and I say a lot more potent. I didn't even look at the parts per million in the catalog, so I'm not 100% sure on that, but we are definitely saving money on this one. It is, I say it's going to be one of those that keep a lot of people out of the hospital this winter with the cold and flu season. So hopefully that'll help someone. And, yeah, Kenlin is back to normal again. He was also sick, and he also did take the silver, and he's fine. He's outside playing. You wouldn't think anything would have been wrong. So I am very, very grateful to the Mowers and everyone else for sharing the information. It's awesome. So back to you guys.
Hey, Doris.
All right, great. Well, that concludes our testimonials for today. Hopefully you found that information useful. I'm really excited to try the product, so I should have mine this week and look forward to sharing some of our own testimonials. And I know, Ian, you're going to be sharing around your 6 bottles, so you're on mute there. Do you want to unmute yourself?
Yes, that's absolutely correct. I'll be giving it around.
Yeah, fantastic. All
And
right. Well,
I'll share the results.
you will. Okay, fantastic. So thanks for jumping on today. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. If you missed the call or the start of it, the recording will be on YouTube. We'll also upload it back to Facebook, and do share this around. What do you think, Ian? You know, people out there need all sorts of help with their immune system, with supporting their body to heal. This would be a great recording to share, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a product that it's one of a kind, and it is not an autonomous product. But what you should do is that you should take it, but also with the antioxidants and things that Sisel provide. Very important to have them together, because one kills the bugs, one removes them. So it's so important. But this is really a fantastic product to keep you pretty healthy. You know, I know that I'm itching to get it. I think mine will arrive Monday, so I'll let you know what happens.
Fantastic. And I know we had just then a comment from Jen. Now, there you go, Jen. Do you want to share what you were just saying then?
Oh, thanks, Katie. Yeah, look, I've known about silver for a very long time, so I'm very excited to think that our silver, the Sisel Silver, is safe, because that's one of the big issues with it, is the toxic level of normal silvers, you know, that are out there on the market. But I've had really, really good results, because my immune system, you know, has been compromised for many years, as you know.
Right.
And the Sisel products have been absolutely amazing. So I stay very well, and I'm very, very grateful. But if anything's going to get me, it'll start in my throat, and I get a sore throat. And what I've noticed is, as soon as, because I got my bottle, and I sort of thought, okay, all right, well, let's put it to a test. And as soon as I get a sore throat, I just have, you know, a teaspoon of it, and no joking, within an hour, gone.
Fantastic. Wow.
And then I got up the next morning, I had it back again, and I had another teaspoon, gone. So a couple of days of just having one teaspoon in the morning, and I hit it on the head. I mean, I possibly should have had another one at lunchtime and another one at nighttime, and I wouldn't have got up the next morning with a bit of a niggle in my throat. But I just sort of thought, I just want to see what would happen with one teaspoon. So yeah, I'm excited to sort of see what's going to happen. Tell me, Katie, you know, when it's you can use it like breathe it into your lungs, can't you?
Yes. So that's what, so the testimonials we heard today, people were putting it in, I think they call it an atomizer. So you can put it in, a spray bottle and sort of spray it on and turn it airborne and spray it onto the skin. I know that Lisa was sharing on the call last week that, you know, she has some challenges with her lungs, and she was breathing it in, and she said it made a big difference to her. So
and it's totally safe to be able to do that.
100%.
I had a couple of people ask me, you know, is it safe? It's not written on the bottle that you can actually breathe it in. And I said, absolutely. I said, the beauty thing about Sisel products is that they're multifaceted. You know, you can do a lot more than what you think you can do with these products.
That's
and there's a lot of people now, and especially now since the last 2 to 3 years with what's been going on globally, that a lot of people have got a lot of lung issues.
Yes.
A lot of lung issues, you know, a lot of asthmas, a lot of, you know, bronchitis, you know, a lot of stuff happening in lungs. I think it's absolutely brilliant way for people to be able to use it in an atomizer and breathe it in, to be able to heal, because it kills the bugs in there, you know, which is fantastic.
Yeah, Ian, did you want to say something?
I'm just going to say that, Jen, it's quite safe to use it in a nebulizer.
Nebulizer.
Nebulizer. Yeah, you could. They use them for different things like asthma and whatever, but this is extremely successful with lung conditions. So
and
you get a better distribution. Sorry, you get a better distribution from nebulizers, but spraying it and breathing it in is still quite good.
Yeah, no, I've got an atomizer, and so I just put it in the atomizer, put my face over the mask, and breathe it in. So it's exactly the same as a nebulizer. Tell me, do you have to dilute it, or can you just put the 5 mils in?
No, you don't dilute it. It's the formula is such that you'd use it as is.
and you just use it till it's finished.
Yeah, it's
Yep, cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, well, that's great. So we'll wrap up the call there. Thanks for jumping on, everyone. Thank you, Jen, for sharing. Thank you, Ian, for sharing. And again, thanks to DW and Laura. And have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks, Katie. Thanks
Thanks
for
a
the
lot.
invite. Okay.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Jen. Bye.